us while Brian talks.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for assembling.
Come over here in the center.
We know how important Michael was to all of us, but not only the difference he made here in the region, but also to leadership. He was someone who coached leadership. He mentored classes, students. He was always focused on the next generation and teachable moments even when I met with him. And that's just who he was. And so this is awesome that his memory lives on. But more importantly, I don't know if all of you know, I know most of you do, that this is his birthday. And so what a better time to recognize and unveil his bench than this time during his birthday. We miss him terribly. Many of you may have seen inside. If you haven't, go inside and see the screen where every time I walk by there and I see his face, it reminds me of how he helped plant the seeds for this structure in the new hospital. We made him pivot a little bit because we were planning to be out on 69 and the vision came to this. And I know he's looking down and looking at us and just saying, wow, guys, good job, because he was part of the planning but wasn't able to see it come to fruition. But there's not a week, month that goes by that when I walk down that hallway and see his picture that I don't think of a conversation. And I just invite all of you while we're standing here to just share a quick memory or a conversation or a thought that you had with Michael in developing this structure, maybe a funny story. No one has to, but I thought it'd be a good idea just to take a couple minutes because there are some pretty funny stories with Michael as well. So anyone want to share?
I would just like to share a little bit more about not only the donor recognition name plaque in memory and honor of Michael, but Kathy and Mary also have given this special gift to recognize a team member who works at the REHC and has leadership and mentor qualities just like Michael did, and a lot of those skills and things that he passed on to others and he was well known for. And it's a really special award. It'll be a part of our team member Caring and Excellence Awards, and it will be given this year. And will be nominated by peers or leaders of somebody who distributes those qualities of a good leader and a good mentor.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Any thoughts?
I have a funny to share with that. So Michael was keen to end a meeting in 30 minutes. It was something I always appreciate about him. He was always on time, early usually. But it was 27 minutes or less, or it didn't need to happen. And my teammates make fun of me because I am still the timekeeper in our department. That meeting's going long, even if it's not my meeting. Like Michael, even if it's not his meeting, he would still end it, and I still do the same today. Like, I think our time's up. Let's move on. Thank you.
That's good. Great.
I'll just share. I only got to be with Michael for a short period of time, about 6-7 months. But he had a huge impact on me in a short period of time. And like Brian, I think about him all the time. When I see that video, and we said as we were building this, you said he didn't get to see it. I think he did. And in his mind's eye, he got to see it. But we said as we opened, that not a day went by that we didn't mention his name, and that's still true. There's not a week that goes by that we don't share a Michael story. Just last week, we were talking about with our teams, are we living up to the intent? Remember what Michael challenged us with and our true north? And so, his legacy is still living on.
That's great.
I would just say that it's so fitting that the foundational award is associated with mentorship. Michael loved mentoring people, and I was lucky to be mentored by him for more than 10 years. And he continually gave to all professions and friends, and mentored students and mentored people across the country, virtually teaching. He just loved mentorship and knew how much it meant to leadership, and so I'm glad that his lasting legacy will be associated with mentoring. But I was telling Mary right before here, Michael was also known to be always well-dressed, prim, proper, had a great professionalism, but he was a good sport too. And on his birthday, I remember, I have a good picture I'm going to share today. She said I should definitely share it, where I had, on his birthday, surprised him with a nice, big, tall birthday hat. He has the chin strap sucking into his face, and he was a good sport about it, the smile. And he was always up to be vulnerable for that, so appreciated his humor as well. So.
He says no respectable man wears a cheese on their head.
I had a Santa hat. He never gave me a lot of grades except for a cheese head.
He had one. He had a cheese head at home. He wouldn't tell anybody about it. Yeah, the secret cheese head.
Yeah. Well, as Emily said, this gift is so appreciated because it does leave another legacy. Michael left several legacies, but this now leaves a permanent legacy where we can recognize leaders who exemplify the qualities that Michael exemplified as well. And that's important. And 20 years from now, 30 years from now, the name Michael Melby may not resonate individually with the leadership in the South Central region, but the legacy and the value of his leadership will live on, and they will know that his importance to the South Central region. So thank you for this gift. It makes a big difference.
If I might mention, most of you probably have no idea, but Michael's compassion started in the way he ended up coming to Indiana. So some of you may know he was in Arizona. That's where he and Mary met. And it was Mary's dad, who was my husband, because of late stages of Parkinson. Dan's been gone for 15 years. But they relocated from this fabulous place they lived in Arizona to Indiana to be with us. And so that gave me the relationship I had with Michael and Mary. And it was I retired from Indiana University last year, and if I know anything, legacy is really important. So it's really important for us to do this.
Awesome. Thank you all for being here today. And again, if you have not seen the screen, I would encourage you. I don't know if it's still rotating. I know we had the McRobbies up.
The McRobbies are up right now,
Okay.
so it'll rotate back.
Okay, so take some time at some point to go through there and see that screen.
back.
And just enjoy the legacy that Michael's left. And thank you again for this great gift. Right here in the front.
There it is. How did the cover came off of it? Set for.
We need to get some pictures with them sitting.
There it is. There it is. The Michael Melby bench.